get this going, man. All right, man. Rich Driver tapping in 10 in Trap News Network. Gonna be on the phone with me, but Prestige, we gonna give you the floor, my nigga. Go for it, brother. Start us from the top. Pretend like we don't know nothing.
Okay, so you know how it really started was you had Lil Brazy, who was, you know, he was viral. Like, he been viral, you know, since he was a kid, maybe like probably 7, 8 years old. Like, he was viral. You know, he was always in the streets. He was always, you know, doing what he was doing. Well, there's one video of him in a barbershop had went viral not too long ago. I want to say like probably a year or two ago. You know what I'm saying? It went really viral. Like, Chris Brown had posted it. You know, everybody was posting. It was pretty viral. So he comes back, and we had found him. I guess he was living at a park at the time. He does a video. He says that he wanted to do a music video. He said he wanted to rap. So he does a music video. Well, that music video it was like a pull-up performance. It goes viral. You know, it's everywhere. I think it did like a billion views across the board, like across everything where they were posting it: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that. You know what I'm saying? It did a billion views altogether. So I kind of picked them up. You know, you got to turn the viral. Being viral doesn't really, you know, it doesn't amount to any type of money. So I'm like, you know, we got to build the brand. We got to build something around it. So we start kind of building. But at that time, he had like this, you know, this wannabe team. It was like a little, you know, in my opinion, I think that they was trying to get him. You know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. It was like a wannabe team.
Right.
And so I felt bad because the moment that I felt like these dudes were trying to like get him and get his money and do all this stuff, you know, I let him know, and he was kind of like on a high train because I had already put him in the position to do what he needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Desto Dub, because Desto Dub kind of kicked it off, you know, because Desto Dub put him on the Awful Lot of Cough Syrup website. He put him, you know, did a little video with him, you know what I'm saying? He collabed with him, he shouted him out, you know what I'm saying? So shout out Desto Dub, because he kind of put him on the map as like stamped in a way, because it was just viral, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really doing anything. And then everybody started tapping in and, you know, doing what it do. But what happens is I wasn't really feeling the team, so I kind of fall back. I fall back for like maybe 3 months, you know, and within that 3 months, you know what I'm saying, they did exactly what I said that they were going to do to him. And, you know what I'm saying, they kind of left him alone. They left him with nothing. So I finally come back probably, I want to say, probably 4 weeks ago, because, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't doing so hot. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, explain what was going on, because I don't want to bash him. You know what I'm saying? He's a kid, but he wasn't doing too hot. So, you know, I find him again about 4 weeks ago. I tap in with him, you know what I'm saying? I go pick him up, you know, I go grab him some clothes.
And then he a kid, so we're not gonna bleed him like he grown, but just when you say doing too hot,
exactly.
He just needs some help.
Exactly.
He don't got the help that all of us had as kids. He need clothes, he needs shoes, he need hygiene, he needs somebody to come through and be an adult for him, because he's only a fucking kid.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly. So
and I just want to say this too for the comments. Hey, bro, we not bashing no kid who got bad parents and trying to figure it out at 15, bro. That's different than a 35-year-old man. So we not gonna bash no kid.
Yeah.
That's a kid without no home is somebody who threw you aside. An adult without no home is somebody who gave up. It ain't the same.
Right, facts. 100%.
You know, the wrong place is my opinion, you know?
Yeah, on God, bro.
And just so everybody is aware, Brazy is not a bad kid at all. Like, no kid is bad. You know what I'm saying? Brazy just needs a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, he just needs his ass whooped.
Play him out like he needed love. But, you know what I'm saying? He just needed a little more attention than most people got.
That's it, bro. Look, he need a hug and an ass whooping, and that's it.
Yeah. He's not a bad kid. So,
not at all.
So I picked him up. He needed a little bit of help. So I got that. We boom. I'm like, all right, you ready to get started again? He like, man, of course. So we go, record some music. I got a couple label friends. I don't really want to name them because I don't want them, involved. But what I'm saying is I got a couple label friends. We get him over to the label. We get him an apartment. He's doing his thing. He's doing good. Now, prior to doing that, he goes on to this No Jumper. Now, I don't have no knowledge of how he even got to No Jumper, and I don't have no knowledge of the No Jumper interview.
Okay,
now,
hold on, Prestige. Hold on, Prestige.
Yeah.
Because that's a very important part. Why didn't you have any knowledge of that?
Because now.
Because I know you made it clear that he wasn't supposed to be up there. You told Adam and Lush very specifically he could not go up there because he got an open CPS case.
Exactly.
Child Protective Service.
Now, before they try to push the narrative, I want all the people to know I did, however, in the very beginning, in I think December and January when he's first blowing up, I definitely 100% was on Adam's line about interviewing him. 100% I did. So before he tries to paint that narrative like I wasn't asking him to interview, yes, I was. In December and January, I was definitely asking him to interview him. Now, when I did leave him with those people and they did what they did to him, and I came back, I guess he got out to L.A. He was in Vegas and L.A. He got out there, with some friends or something like that. Now, he gets with, I guess, Lush on Melrose. I don't have no idea about this. I guess he got with Lush. Now, Lush, he's pretending.
And you know what? Hold on, Prestige, because I want to make sure my fan base is following this. With no adult, he made it to Melrose. These are kids making it. However, we ain't gonna say too much, but however, a child with no adult supervision made it from Utah to Melrose is his business. But when Lush saw this child, his first instinct wasn't, "Hey, where's your adult?"
No, not at all. And he knew, because when Adam didn't want to interview him in December and January, Lush had a platform at the time. I don't know what it was called. I think it was like Lush, You Lied to Me or something like that. I tell Lush, I said, listen, Adam don't want to interview him. You want to bring him on your platform? Because I had brought a couple of my artists over to Lush already. So, at first he it wasn't clicking to him, and he was like, I'll see, whatever. And then he did eventually agree to interview him, but, I never really went through because he didn't call back. So
Lush never called y'all back.
No, he never called back at that time. I want to say that was I'll say January.
Okay, and this is all before the CPS case.
Yes, this is all before the CPS case. Now, I guess, there's about 7 kids in the car or whatever they get to Melrose. Now, they're all on Melrose, doing what it do. Lil Brazy,
7 kids in the car is crazy.
Lil Brazy, he's doing what he knows to do. He goes to Dub. He likes to, mess with Dub. He likes to fuck with Asali. He goes down there. He does his thing. Boom, he sees Lush on Melrose. Lush is, I guess, doing I think it's the protest. He's on Melrose doing the protest. He sees Lil Brazy. And
wait, hold on. I just want to point this out too, mind you, because this is relevant to my channel. Lush is down there on Melrose doing the protest when the protest that I was at that was cracking was in a federal building downtown on Alameda. So for those of y'all asking me if Lush was down there protesting, y'all hearing it from a third-party source. He was down there on Melrose where it was safe at, not in the actual protest where it was in the trenches at downtown. But go ahead, Prestige. More culture vulturing from Lush, but don't worry about it.
He had been seeing, Brazy go viral, as did the whole world. Like, the whole world is watching this kid go viral, but they're not understanding, like, there's people behind him that's pushing him. We pushing him to do good things. Like, I'll get into it in a second. But anyways, he sees it as his shot to, I guess, get a little video in with his little friend that was there with a camera. So he posts it. He goes, he does Brazy's line with the fra. He's like, oh, my boy Lil Brazy, da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Brazy's a kid at the end of the day. He don't know if this person really messes with him or not. But you got this person who's pretending that he messes with him. And at the same time.
And you talking about Lush is the person pretending. Lush is the person pretending. Right. Okay, got it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he get a chance to get Lil Brazy on video. They love to go viral. You know what I'm saying? Because the second they posted it, they want to tag him and collaborate with him. Now, Brazy's a kid at the end of the day. He definitely wants to go into No Jumper because, like I said, he wants to be a rapper. He wants to rap. So he wants to do it. I guess he talks him into it the next day. Now you guys got to listen closely. He does call me and say, "Oh, do you think I should do No Jumper?" I say, "What you mean?" He goes, "Well, Lush asked me to do No Jumper tomorrow." I said, "Nah, don't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get in trouble with the CPS." I said, "Nah, let's not do it." Now everybody got to listen to me here. I then messaged Lush and say, "Hey, you're not interviewing Lil Brazy tomorrow, are you?" And he waits and he says, "Nah." And I say, "Oh, okay, cool." So I'm not paying
How did you message Lush?
I texted him.
Okay. Hey, I already got his number, so it don't matter. Can you send me a screenshot of that?
Yeah.
And then I'll just block out his number so don't nobody see it, but I already got that hoe's number.
Okay.
But the fact that you, as an adult, and this is the part where it just becomes strange. Whether you have children, whether you don't have children, Lil Brazy is under the age of 18. He's not even close to 17. We're not gonna say his age, but the boy not even 17. He's a clear minor. Clear minor. And you are communicating with this child about coming up to No Jumper. The part about it that's incredible to me is, at what point do you say, okay, so where are your parents? Where's your manager? Where's your custodian? Where's somebody who could buy alcohol that brought you here?
If you look at these messages up here on the 3rd, I said, "Lush," now this is the 3rd of May on those messages. I said, "Lush, did someone reach out to you on behalf of Brazy?" Because at that time, he was kind of going viral because Adam and Lush were talking about getting him on the show. That, like, I guess they couldn't wait to get him on the show. And I'm thinking to myself, like, y'all wasn't fucking with him before, or I'm sorry, messing with him before. And so now on June 8th, and that's a Sunday, I said, "Yo, you interviewing Brazy today?" He says, "Nah." So I don't think nothing of it, right? Nothing. So I guess he gets on that same day, or the next day, and they do this interview. Now, I want everyone to pay attention to something. When all these artists and rappers do an interview, you get a No Jumper photo, and you get a little clip or something like that, letting it be known, maybe like a day or two later, letting it be known that you were there, or the photo comes out, whatever, right? They don't put that out on Brazy. What they do is put it right into members only. And that's because they knew the moment that this members only was in this members only, they were going to get a lot of money because of Lil Brazy. Everybody clicks that. As soon as it say Lil Brazy, anything.
Do you know what date the members only came out?
No, I don't.
You know what? Okay, I'm looking at the content. The No Jumper channel is right now, and it said that it came out. I can tell you right now, because look, one thing about this beautiful internet space of ours, it documents every date. But look, keep going, bro. I'm gonna find it for you. I'm gonna look it up right now.
So, anyways, I'm not paying attention, right? I see the members only, but at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't know about y'all, but just me personally, I'm not about to just support, No Jumper and pay $5. I'm really not. Like, it's not about the $5. Just I'm not about to spend $5 to support them. So I don't see this interview. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see it. I wasn't really paying attention.
So according to my calendar, let's just say the 15th to play it safe. But on the 8th, Lush said that he did not interview the child. But the first documented space of the interview on the No Jumper channel is, I'm about to flip it over chat so y'all can see it. Y'all see it is 2 weeks ago from today. Today is what, the 29th of June?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, today's June 29th. 2 weeks ago, which will be the 15th, is when Lil Brazy popped out on No Jumper after Lush told you on the 8th that he had not been interviewed.
Yes.
There we go.
So, and at the same time, Lil Brazy didn't really say anything. And I know why he didn't say anything, because he wouldn't want me, like, upset, because I think that he knew that I didn't want him to go. So I think that he, didn't want to tell me or say anything, because I don't think that he wanted it to be known, because he knows how I am, right? I'm very business oriented. I don't like him, even when he's in the studio. I do not let the man, when he does it by himself, he disses. In the studio with me or around me, he will not diss. I do not let him diss. I make sure it's bleeped out. I do not let him talk like that. I do not do none of that. Now, here's where it gets tricky, or how I feel. So nothing comes out on Lil Brazy. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? They see the little members only, whatever, right? So, hold on. So, anyways, I see the Lil Brazy interview, and I'm like, oh, okay, so they must have interviewed him.
Somebody fill in ODM Slim on what's going on.
So then the first thing that comes out on him,
y'all catch ODM Slim up.
Nowhere was a clip, and this clip was him dissing the Northeast immediately, right? The first clip, nothing else, none of that. You know what I'm saying? None of that extra stuff. Just the clip of him dissing the Northeast. And I'm like, I'm looking and I'm like, wait, this is the first thing they're gonna drop. So then I kind of watched the clip and I'm like, man, all these questions are kind of clickbaiting. Like most of these are clickbaiting questions, and he's not media trained. There's no one around him. There's no adult around him. It's just these two bozos that are sitting here asking him these questions.
And when you say that, you're talking about Adam22 and Lush.
Yeah,
got it.
Adam22 and Lush, they're asking him these questions, and, you know, all this is coming out. Now, finally, I kind of see these clips of him, I guess, dissing the North and the South. Now, I'm looking at that, and at first, I'm thinking this is AI. Like, you guys got to understand, I'm like, you know what I'm saying, Lil Brazy is viral, anything that he clicks, anything that he does, whatever, right? I'm like, you know, this has got to be viral. Okay, boom. So I'm like, this is AI. Well, then I go and I see the actual clip. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, he's dissing the North and the South, and he's in the middle of Southern LA. So I immediately text Adam. I said, hey, bro, can you edit these parts out? I said, there was a couple parts that were like completely false, and I'm like, can you edit these parts out? Now, he doesn't text back. He doesn't text back at all. I just asked him, can he edit it out? He doesn't text back. Now, I'm not really, I guess, grasping the fact of what he's doing, because at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, he's dissing the North, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's not cool, but hey, can you bleep this out? Now, when I see the South part, I see that way later. I start getting phone calls, people calling me, and I'm like, hold on, like, this is bad. Like, whoa. Like, the first thing you guys clip out is that I beef with these North days, I do this, I do that, and I'm like, wait, why are these pictures not coming out? Where's his picture of him on No Jumper? Where's his clip on No Jumper? Why are we tagging him in these clips? Like, you know, him talking reckless. And it just kind of, it frustrated me. So I had my guy Travis hits me, and I start telling him what's going on. And, you know what I'm saying, Travis trying to help me. Travis Ford, he trying to help me. And I get the text and Lush. Now, in those messages, the very first ones, I don't know if you have them, Trav.
No, send it to me.
Okay.
And just real quick, while we talking about this, somebody asking the question, will this be considered child endangerment?
As in, what do you mean? Like for the interview?
Yeah, for the interview, for them allowing him to go on that and kind of like see.
Nah, like I mean,
cause it's a slippery slope. For the interview, I would think no, but if a lawyer made a fighting stance, it could go into, well, you knew he didn't have a parent, yeah, and then things were happening that later put him in danger. So I guess it could domino into that.
Yeah, I guess it could, yeah.
But I'll put it like this. With Adam having a child, me having a child, Prestige, I don't know if you got children. Travis may go put your business in the streets. Yeah. But we all know that ain't right. And we could all say, like, on some hood-ish, if a kid say something to us that get him beat up later on, it's like, damn, bro, that was our fault as grown men.
Yeah. Okay, so I just sent you the
right, man.
So,
no kids, period. Like,
so this is me and Travis in a group chat with Lush. So Travis, me, and Lush. So I immediately asked him, if you look at those messages, and like the chat got to understand, and they got to watch these messages. If you read every message that I sent, just so everyone's aware, I want you guys to pay attention. Look at those messages that I send, and it's not really. Now, Travis is paying attention. Travis is, you know what I'm saying, he's like, you know, respond. Like, he's calling me. He's like, all right, we're going to wait for him to respond and see what's up. So if you look at those messages, they're very important on how I say these things. Because now the narrative is I knew what was going on, and I'm the one who tells him to do this, and I'm the one who let him go to no jumper, because now you got Adam who's upset, whatever, because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I did do something incorrect. You know what I'm saying? I went down there to have a conversation because I'm like, this is not funny. You guys are clickbaiting him and clipping him into disrespecting the South and the North. I can care less if you beef with the South and the North. That's not what's important. What's important is you have 5 million subscribers and you are putting this viral child, right? He's a child. He can rap, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. That's not child endangerment, you know what I'm saying? He can rap. He can have some fun with adult supervision. Now, no, it does not have to be with parents. Now, what it does have to be, though, is with adult supervision. Now, when you see this right here, I tell them, why are you clipping this kid into doing this? Yo, edit this out. You guys edit everything else out. You get what I'm saying? Everything else is edited out.
Yeah, they edited all the stuff about Loose Cannon out of the Adam and WACK show.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not editing this child saying these things on 5 million subscribers because it's clickbait. That's why you kept it in members only so long. Now you got Flacco who's like, this man's in trouble. He's trying to unalive.
Okay, so let's get into that. Let me get into that, because what me and you both know is all Flacco did was reference our first conversation without saying that he listened to the conversation.
Exactly.
That's all you did, bro. Because if you pay attention to it, there are no clips, there are nothing, because the only clip of it is my content. And that's our first conversation.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. With everything going on, how do you feel about Flacco and his take on it? Shout out to Flacco for watching Trap News Network. We see you, pathetic fatso.
What I think is going on is
we see you.
I think that so when I did go down to no jumper and I was upset, the gentleman who opened the door, it was, let's just say it's not the energy that they putting out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I did have a conversation with them. It was mainly about the way that they were trying to clip him and make him seem like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the politics that they were getting him involved in. It's just I wasn't feeling, and they blaming the kid like he's involved in the politics. But what we're not paying attention to is, why is Adam and Lush putting this out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why are you guys allowing this to go on? So when Poetic Flacco dropped that video, see, without no proof, and I'm about to say in the messages trap, without no proof, you're going to put out there that I was trying to unalive Adam. Bro, stop doing that.
Oh, wait, hold on. So now Flacco's trying to spin the narrative to make it seem like you was trying to unalive Adam, when in fact our whole conversation is recorded on the internet. Flacco listened to it and now is adding his own lies and narrative to it to protect Adam.
Exactly. So
the classic no jumper twist.
So watch this.
That's all them dudes over there do, is get on their knees and two-hand twist. That's right, Flacco. You dance for Massa. You go save Massa. Good boy. Good boy.
So now you guys, if you look at these messages right here, you show me where I was trying to unalive this man. Like, the narrative is being put out, especially by Flacco and their people and their little, you know what I'm saying, where they're saying that I'm upset or that I'm trying to, you know, threaten them. I want you guys to look at those messages where it says exactly what I asked.
So Adam is the one that's the wait, hold on. We looking at these messages. Adam is the one saying what you gonna do. Adam is the one antagonizing.
Exactly.
Adam is a threat.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Adam22, what it do? That hey, Trav, you ever seen Adam talk to somebody like that? I ain't never seen that nigga talk to me like that. That's crazy.
Hey, Adam got at your side.
Adam got you crazy. I didn't know Adam had it in him like that. I didn't know Adam got at niggas like that.
All you guys have to understand that what he's trying to do is he's trying to incite me into saying something crazy,
so he can tell on you.
So that he can go over to his officers and report back to them. So I wasn't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. All I was saying.
Nah, man, you a black man coming in peace, trying to protect the child. That's all.
Yeah, like, you're putting this child in danger with 5 million subscribers doing this. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. I want the comments and all the viewers to understand something. Yes, he did say it, but those things don't mean the same thing in Utah, where he's from. He's from Utah. He's not from California. He's not from no.